Wes, hit pause.
This to show up on here. It's plugged in.
We're good.
It's not showing though.
It's not showing.
Not yet. We just need to
I
get
think it's maybe because you have the input over there.
Oh.
Maybe.
No, there you go. It's up. We're
Oh,
good.
it's up.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. And if any of the rest of you would like to test anything when you go up there, it's totally fine.
We tested it last night, but I don't remember much.
You don't remember much? Using it?
No, we don't do that.
Good.
All right. Ready or what?
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm Katie.
I'm Brian, and as CEO of APEC, I'm very glad to have you here. Thank you very much for taking the time to be with us today.
Thanks for coming in.
All right. So I want to kick us off first by saying that Apex is a very, very, very good company. But we want to discuss some challenges first before we get in so we can tell you really what our vision is. So sales right now are flatter than desired. Marketing is slightly traditional, and product R&D is having a difficult time differentiating itself from competitors. So drilling that down a bit more, we really found the three main issues here are innovation, mobile engagement, and efficiencies driving transformation. So this is where our vision really comes in. Within innovation, we're really going to help you guys drive your company and have product and management excellence. So next, we're going to have mobile engagement. This will drive in your sales and your customers all in the same processes. Lastly, we're going to have efficiencies driving transformation, which will drive up your profit margins. So next, I'm going to pass it over to Brian, who's going to talk to you more about our solutions. Because ultimately, this is not about the technology, this is about serving the customers.
Thank you. As you'll see here at the top, the major point that I want to discuss with you, and we touched on a little bit before, was that you have to move, and as the objective that you have set, from being a close follower to lead. Really, that has the sort of something that you have to do. You want to do that in the innovation and so on. So that's actually behind everything that we're talking to you about at the moment. So our vision, and our vision as we call it, the social enterprise, really is bringing the technologies in to your organisation to get the massive collaboration amongst your team, the high take-up out there with your salespeople, right across the organisation. And we'll take that even one step further as we go along. So you know from the other board that you sit on, the high success rate we have had with implementing Salesforce there, and what that has had, the impact that has had on your sales team out there, on that sales team and the results of the organisation. So, you know, we're at really our heart, we're very, very strong. We're addressing marketing. You have a new CMO has joined you. Now you've got to, at this moment, your objective is to remarket the organisation of where you're going. We would suggest that you first listen to the market. And the products that we're going to our technologies we're talking about there are actually going out and say, what is the marketplace really saying? What is it saying socially out there? What are the engineers saying about your products on the websites and so on the blogs out there? So listening and bringing that back in. From that, define the message that you're actually going to be rebranding your organisation. We see that mobile, as we said earlier, is a very, very important part to you. Now, we say this for the reason that we want to push mobile out there as a way of you low cost expanding across the globe. So as you take your technologies out there, it's one platform being used out there, but not just mobile to your people, but mobile out to the distributors. And really, in part of that mobile, what we're really doing is using our chatter and collaboration technologies, so that one of the engineers for a distributor is actually on a site, he's out there, and then suddenly he wants to win a piece of business. Within minutes, he can collaborate with people back in your head office to say, oh, here's a drawing, here's a technology, a technical answer for what you need. Winning that business. That's called getting them stickier with you. We move around here, and we actually even have what we refer to as the iFridge. Now, what we're talking about doing is taking the technology that we talk about out to all customers, but actually taking it out to your devices. So if you can move forward, please. We're proposing that your devices out there will be able to communicate with you. Now, What we're talking about is that you can actually have preventative messages coming in from your devices. This can be part of your innovation, this can be part of what you're actually trying to preach as the new organisation overtaking your competitors. You can actually have those devices as they message back to us centrally. Why should they not message back to the owner of the device and saying, I've actually had a problem, but actually I've been notified, Apex, and by the way, they're coming and fixing it, so you don't really need to worry anything about it. Right? Power of social media being used inside the enterprise. So, here it is here. And actually, I live on like that. And actually, if I think you see, you just had a message come in.
Look at that. Sure enough. There it is. Live on chatter.
So,
Works. Very good.
so if we move to the next slide here, as much as you might think we're talking about very new technologies, this is something that actually has been proven, and we've been working with Toyota on, and Toyota, under what they call their Toyota Friend program, is actually extending out to their cars. Right, so it's the same technology we're going to talk to you about by a world-leading brand is doing it. More so what we're talking about here, we have here hard statistics of what we are doing across the globe as far as giving the benefits back to your organisations from their rapid implementation. You know, things like a 44% increase in forecast accuracy. This rolls back into your ability to be able to better manage your production. You've got a far better view into your accuracy of forecast, therefore being able to buy better, doing much smarter sourcing. You know, again, up with a profit, back to the efficiency that we talked to earlier. Being able to improve your R&D. Take our technologies we said earlier. Listen to what people are saying up there. They own the brand. They own the brand, not you. They will tell you what they think they really need. Your R&D people have the big ability for that. You know, decreasing customer service costs. We're talking about proactively seeing what is actually the problems from out there. So customers don't have to be calling you. They're not mad. You let you know ahead of time. Okay. Then through the other results here that we're talking about. A minor one on the right-hand side might be about increasing sales by 30%. Okay. So, Caitlin.
So here we are, and our next steps are on this journey together with your team. And this was you before, this is you now. So you gotta come with us, you gotta run with us. And I actually want to kick it over to you next.
Thank you. What do you think of these guys? All right? For all those of you who don't know me, I think everybody in the room knows me, but I'm Apex. I'm the CEO of Apex, and I wanted to let you all know in person, you probably wondered why I brought you into the room, that we actually closed the deal with Salesforce and we're moving forward. So I promised you change, I promised you transformation, I promised you a better place to work. We got it now. And I was so impressed with these guys that I don't know if you saw during the last couple of months that I allowed them to follow me around. We did a couple of interviews, and I'm proud to say that we all are a referenceable customer.
When Salesforce first approached us, I was skeptical. I didn't think we had a chance. We had tons of different problems. I knew that we needed some fix, even at a minor level, to turn us in the right direction. That's the integration part of it, right? Two disparate systems that weren't. not getting us excited. We're not an exciting business.
Kann SAP Innovationsaufführung. Und es freut mich auch immer sehr. Aber Salesforce, ich kann nur eine Sache sagen. Salesforce, ich liebe dich.
Watch out. We have absolutely transformed and revolutionized the way we do business. Our customers are happier, our employees are happier, we are more encouraged, we're more profitable, we are cutting hours and hours off of our delivery and distribution times. And it's ultimately making everybody quite happy.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. No, everything's been fantastic. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. I can honestly say Salesforce, I was very skeptical to start with. We've had a very long-standing relationship with SAP. They've done an excellent job for us, but the fact that we can integrate Salesforce with all of our existing platforms is a real value add. Thank you, Salesforce.
Come on up. So, thank you very much for, it was actually very much, I guess you would see, a wonderful team effort across everybody last night, and that's the result.
Nice job, you guys. And you, what team number are you?
Great!
8?
Innovators, yeah. Nice job.
It is yours.
Good job. Yeah, good job. Eric just sent you a, I'll just go on. That's a hard one to follow.